Hey guys, KZ Guy 2 here, No Nonsense Know-How. Today, working on a 2012 Chevy Equinox with 144,000 miles on it. Wanted to document my findings with the rear main seal blowout on this and the failed PCV system. There's a recall on these and along with some other GM vehicles as well. It's GM bulletin 14882, so check that out. But I just wanted to show you guys the oil leak and what I've found with this one, so that'll give you a good idea what you're looking at with yours. Now, since this rear main has blown out, you can see how much this is leaking. It's only been running for about 30 seconds, and this is how much leak is leaking out of the rear main. So if this happened to your car, do not drive the vehicle in. This one was 3 quarts low. I've topped it off since, but I mean, that's leaking hugely. And just to show you what positive ventilation is, if you pop this cap off, you can see all that pressure coming out of here. Put your hand over there. So if this system clogs up the ventilation system within the engine, that's enough pressure to blow out the seal like your rear main. Now, the PCV system is actually built into the intake manifold on this, but on your intake up top here, your intake hose, when I popped this hose off right here, you can see this is actually on a downward angle. So I think that's part of the problem with this, because this hose going to the top of your valve cover, that's part of the PCV system as well. When I popped this off, it was just completely full of water, and the cavity in here as well. There's a cavity in the bottom of this thing, and it was just completely full of water. So you park that thing outside, it's going to freeze up overnight. So if I had one of these cars, I would probably take this hose off right here and just put just a temporary fix for the wintertime until you get this thing addressed. You know, put a little vent on here. Maybe even take your valve cover off, and because these get all gummed up inside of here too with the water buildup and everything else. You know, now the main PCV system is actually also inside the intake manifold and has very small orifices in there. They get clogged up as well. So, but you know, so what's the fix? I'm really not exactly sure, but I can tell you that this being on an angle like this is not good. I mean, if you think of like, say a steam heating system in a household, old houses, I mean, all the plumbing is always supposed to have a slight angle going on it down, so that way when water goes in there, it's not going to build up and stay in one spot and then block off. You know, and so if this gets clogged and your PCV system in the intake gets clogged, well, you know, it's going to blow your rear main out, and now that's about a 10-hour job to pull a transmission and replace that. Most shops are around, you know, $1,200 to $1,400 to do that job, and you got to pull the intake too and clean that out. So I forget if I already said, but the GM bulletin was 10 years, 120,000 miles. This is covered under. So if you're in that, you know, interval there, then definitely get this checked out at the dealership. But otherwise, guys, you're looking at a headache. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you how to replace the rear main because the customer doesn't want to get that repaired, so they're going to just trade this vehicle in. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys how bad the oil leak actually is. So if this happens to you, don't drive the vehicle. And yeah, so give it a thumbs up if this video helped you guys out. I definitely appreciate that. And KZ Guy 2, No Nonsense Know-How. And yeah, feel free to add a comment if you have any additional information or your experience on this issue. So thanks, guys.